This might be the shortest travel day in the history of travel days. I mean, have we been in the cars 20 minutes? We're Mika and Reggie, camping newbies intrigued by the RV lifestyle. He's the concrete camper
who loves concrete pads, manicured lawns, and beautiful views.
And I'm the concrete glamper. I love campsite decor, and more is more. On the weekends, we've moved from the couch to camping. And as Southerners, we always tow our hospitality and charm as we chase the sun, sand, and sea
in our RV.
We arrived at Destin West on a Sunday, which was actually Mother's Day. And after a quick setup and a bite to eat with the steamed shrimp that we picked up from Joe Patty's, I had to make a quick run to the grocery store to pick up some flowers and a card. As my mother and father were joining us for a couple days as they headed back home from our family trip to Louisiana. We were able to have a nice waterside celebration and enjoy sunset. It's been a full day at the beach. Oh, I got him. No cooking is going on for yet another day, but we're trying out Foo Bar Pizza. So they had a great view. Wish we could have sat down and had a bite to eat, but we're a little hungry coming off the beach. Let's see what it looks like. Lights, please, sir. Let's see. We went basic this evening. It looks tasty. Always love a banana pepper.
Should have got some more stuff on the meat. I wanted some sausage, onions, all that. But you said no.
If I recall, I was enjoying the sunset. You were the one who were taking the order. I think it'd be great.
Okay, we're gonna find out.
Well, good morning. It is another beautiful day here in Florida. It's a little bit overcast, but it's also the perfect weather to take a stroll to the beach. It also gives me an opportunity to show you how close it is if you do want to drive from Destin West RV Resort over to across the street to the sister property, the island, that you have access to the amenities to. As you can see, it was just a quick drive across the street. In the morning time, there's absolutely no problems because the traffic is very low. In the afternoons when people are leaving the beach, it gets a little bit more tricky. It takes maybe just a little bit longer. But also make sure that you stop inside at the concierge desk or the check-in desk and get yourself a parking pass. Because we are at the RV resort, we do have access to amenities over here. And so while you'll get the wristband at the RV resort, you do have to stop in at the front desk to get your parking pass for this side of the property. And then just like that, you enter from the side and you have direct access to the beach. Of course, I would imagine when it's summer and it's at the height of the season, this all takes a little bit longer, or parking maybe a little bit more scarce. But early in the morning when it's peaceful, folks are just waking up, it's no problem at all. And actually the early morning is my favorite time to come over to the beach because it is so peaceful and tranquil. And this is their bar area. That opens up. They also sell some snacks later in the afternoon. And then over here to the left is where you have access straight to the beach if you don't want to come through the bar area. Our trip this time has really been a lot more low-key. We really wanted to take advantage of the beach. It's been a long time since we've had full beach days, and that's what we did on this trip, and it really was just fantastic. We did take advantage of the beach setup that the island offered. It depends on the time of year, and if you want to do a full day, they do offer part morning days, and then they offer second part evening days. And so all of that depends on the price. And so although we have our full beach setup with umbrellas, wagons, chairs, we just wanted to just chill this time. And so because we took advantage of their beach setup, we stayed out here a couple days, all day long, and that never happens with us. And it was just so fantastic to just not have to worry about your umbrella blowing and us trekking everything across the sand, because we were so close to the resort and the access points. You had access to the restrooms, snacks, the beach bar set up, because they sell other things other than just drinks. And so that was really fantastic, and I think made this portion a lot more relaxing and enjoyable. And I'm sure Reg would agree that he enjoyed not having to lug all of our beach items across the sand. So I would highly recommend it that if you don't have a beach setup and you're worried about coming to the beach, especially this time of year, they have their full setup offerings. And you just come, they take cash, they take credit cards, you can pay at the beach. If you're here for the week, there is a discounted rate for that as well. And then the gentleman did mention that in the summertime, their hours are extended. This time of year, it's primarily from 9 a.m. to 5. But in the summertime, they extend the closing time for the beach setup till 8 p.m. So you get that sunset. So that's the only drawback, that because they do take down the setups precisely at 5 o'clock, if you don't have chairs and umbrellas and you still want to stay and capture sunset, you are going to need your own set of chairs. If you're a little bit younger and a little bit flexible, you can sit in the sand if you have your beach towels. But we had both, and so it really was the best of both worlds. Now, when I come out here in early mornings, I'm primarily just walking around. A couple times I did bring a chair and a setup, but I really didn't use it. It was great, but by the time I lugged all of that out, because it was just such a quick morning, taking in the water, it just really wasn't worth it. So hey, again, it all depends on what your vibe is, what you want to do, what your setup is. But so far, it has just been really great. In terms of Destin West RV Resort, I would say nothing has significantly changed. But I would bring to your attention, you've heard us previously mention, and you guys have asked, like, hey, how do you get discounts? How do you go about getting reduced rates? And so Destin West was one of the resorts that either offered I believe it was 10% repeat guest discount, and then they also offered a military discount. But now they aren't offering anything. The gentleman didn't really share and said he really couldn't share why that decision was made. But it appears that it's a recent decision because we were able to take advantage of the repeat guest discount because we booked early on. I mean, months in advance. But now if you wanted to book, they are not offering any discounts of any kind. I asked about that specifically, like a Good Sam or just a membership of any kind, and he said no. Other than that, I mean, it's kind of like business as usual. We come because we just love the Emerald Coast. I mean, just look over my shoulders. I mean, that is postcard perfect. And we've had phenomenal weather where we've only had some spotty showers, although the radar, because you know, I am definitely paying attention to the radar, but all the forecasts of like the thunderstorms, they either stayed offshore or they pushed north of us. And so we really have had phenomenal weather, very low winds other than some very mild wind gusts, which you would expect this close to the water. And it really has just been relaxing. So up next for us, we are going to continue our flow down the Gulf Coast, and we're checking out a new resort. Stay tuned. Does it just get any better than this? This is why we love this part of Florida. This is why we always say Gulf Coast are our favorite beaches. I wonder if you would ever use a outdoor shower. By far the beach is the best setup for that. And so we put down these little bamboo tiles. And so that helps keep the sand away when you're washing it, but more importantly, you get to clean your feet before you go inside. Any of this look familiar to you, Reginald?
Yes. It does.
Why does it look familiar?
It's where we came for our honeymoon.
Oh, you passed the test. I honestly didn't think you were going to pass that test.
Why wouldn't I?
I'm just joking. You always pass the test. You remember things like that. You're so very thoughtful. 16 years ago, you woke up in paradise. Ooh, somebody's not biting.
Nope.
This might be the shortest travel day in the history of travel days. I mean, have we been in the car 20 minutes? So,
worn out, buddy. Spend more time hooking up.
Right. Which is a good thing. This is what we like. Now, the key is how early can you check in? I know I can check the reservation, but hey, Sometimes it's harder for people to tell you no when you're staring there at them versus you calling. So
right, I would guess at least by noon.
yeah.
So it's 11:47.
Close enough.
Yeah.
We're on island time.
We'll hang out in the parking lot if necessary, you know, and just wait. It's fine.
True.
Rather be here than not. So camera's working out great, guys.
Story for another day, but it has been already worth its weight in gold when you can't see behind you and you're trying to switch lanes, and we had to pull out in traffic, and I could not see behind the rig to help him, but we had the new handy dandy screen and the camera behind us to give us phenomenal situational awareness. So A++ in my book so far.
The halo view, I mean, I'm impressed with it so far. So it's gonna be fun to play with and experiment with the two-way communication that's on there. But it has a beautiful reception. It seems very responsive, so we just got to play with some settings on it. But out the box, I like it. I like it a lot. Figuring out where I can mount it in a truck for a permanent solution, or at least removable and permanent when we're traveling. So,
and I'm normally not a person that's into gadgets and electronics, but cameras, now you're speaking my language. I would love to have another camera capability from behind to offer a different view. So I'm very excited about figuring out how we can record and I can capture that video. So
yep, because it has a SD card slot, so you can also record and store memory. So we'll be playing with this for the next couple days and see how it goes. Looks like they're at least trying to build up this location a little bit more.
well, it's Santa Rosa Beach. So the resort itself is off of a 2-lane county road. It gets a little bit congested coming off of 98, and this is 393 going north toward the bay. But still, I don't think it would be any problems for folks getting through here. There's a cute little small non-assuming interest sign.
Okay. Wow. You could come rolling through here in the evening. Okay.
All right, let's see if we're too early to check in. I'm guessing by nobody being here, I hope it's not a problem.
Stickler for rules, nigga. You gotta follow the rules.
Yes, I'm a rule follower, but there's also exceptions to every rule. Let's hope that this morning we are an exception.